I want to start out this video by thanking everyone who supported the channel. From those of you that have been here since the beginning all the way up until now. It really means a lot, and I can't thank you enough for your support. 1 year ago today, I had less than 1,000 subscribers on this channel and a big dream. And in that year span, that number's gone up to over 15,000 subscribers. And I can't thank all of you enough because I really couldn't have done it without you. But there's something that I need to share, and I'm not really sure how to say it. So I guess I better just come out and say it. So here it goes. First of all, before I get into the video, I just want to say rest in peace to one of my all-time favorite guitar players, Eddie Van Halen. Definitely in my Mount Rushmore of guitar players and heavily has influenced my playing. I mean, literally Eruption was probably the first actual guitar solo I ever sought out to play when I was a kid, and over the years just continued polishing it and making it better. And I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to perform it for you here today. Which brings me to the subject of today's video. As many of you know, on this channel, I've never really taken any sponsors at all. And the reason for this is I refuse to sponsor any company that I don't actually believe in the product, that I don't personally use myself, that I wouldn't actually be able to recommend to somebody who views my channel, because I'm not in the business of just shilling products that you're not actually going to use. So ironically, on the eve of putting out a certain video talking about guitar influencers, this company Jamzone reached out to me. They sent me their product and said, we actually think you'll like this. So of course, you know, me being skeptical of everything, I'm like, let me do some research first. And I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed with Jamzone. These guys actually use real musicians to record everything. There's no AI, no nothing, no fakery, and that's what I used for, part of the recording for Eruption. I also want to show you kind of the ins and outs on how it works, and how if, not only if you're one of my actual students, but just a student of the instrument in general, and looking to improve on how this can actually help you and benefit your life. So as I stated, Jamzone uses real musicians to record every single thing that they have. There's zero fakery going on, zero AI, which I'm a huge fan of. If I go to the beginning of the track, you're going to hear the whole backing track here. If we play it, you can already tell that's real musicians. This is what I really like about it. Not because, of course, Eruption itself doesn't really have like that many instruments in it. And I'm actually really thankful that Jamzone let me play Eruption, because that was kind of my own personal preference. I was like, look, I know it's not like a 3-minute long song, but this is like the one that is actually going to be awesome to showcase. So this is what's cool about this. So we have all these faders here. You can control your own mix, which I really like. And you can do this on every track. Like no matter how many, tracks are on the song, you can duck out the instruments you don't want to hear. You can add in what you do want to hear. And this would help anyone a lot if you're trying to learn how to play, especially Eruption itself, actually. Check this out. So if I duck out all the instruments, I take the tempo down and I'll slow it to like 90. And here's why I like this a lot. Because it's not AI and it's real musicians, you can actually hear the articulation that this performer is playing and go ahead and actually pick out the notes in slow-mo so you know you're actually playing the right thing. Because the thing specifically with Eruption, Van Halen tabs in general, are always wrong. Like, any virtuosic guitar player I've found on the internet, always, like, whenever you try to look up the tabs, it's just not gonna happen. This is the kind of stuff you have to hear it. So check this out when I played in slow-mo. I mean, is that not helpful for like every single person to get it that slow to where you can still hear the notes? Now, let me show you this other thing here that's really nice about it as well. So, I don't know. I'm going to pick a different Van Halen track here just so you can kind of see this more in depth. We'll go to like Panama here, huh? Because we got some more choices of instruments here. So, this is what I really like. If you're trying to learn some material, this is going to literally show you your chord changes on the screen. Now, this is the thing that I think is actually the most beneficial for anybody trying to not only learn how to play in time with a band, but also learning how to read charts and stuff like that. Knowing what the actual chords you're playing are on the instrument, as I talk about in every video, is literally the most important thing you could do, right? First, memorizing the shape, of course, but then understanding the actual notes you're playing. Secondary, after you have the muscle memory, this will help you do that. So when we look at this here, it's going to give me all the chord changes in the track.
What's that sound? Here she comes, full blast, top down. Hot shoe, burning down the avenue. My city's in, she'll disappear. Don't you know she's coming home to me? You're losing me.
And then now check this out. This will literally give you the chord chart on how to play every single thing that you're hearing in the song. Now, obviously, with the proper instruction, if you were, studying with me one-on-one, we would go through all of these chords and actually pick out all the notes so you can understand what you're actually playing and why this works in this cadence here. But I really do have to say, out of everything I've seen online in terms of like learning material, this is one of the best apps that I've used, to be honest with you. So check this out. I could even transpose the key of all this stuff. It'll change it up here. You could do a capo thing. Also, if you want to. I probably wouldn't do a capo for Van Halen. It's going to be hard to play. But maybe if you're doing like, some simpler music or something. Let's see what would happen if I did it, though. Yeah. Then it'll like move all the chords up to the second fret. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Let's turn that off, though. So, yeah, I mean, this will literally take you to any key you want. It'll transpose all your chord shapes. It'll put them on the screen. We can slow it down. We've, like, turned this into a different song all of a sudden. Let's take the vocals out. There's just guitar. It doesn't make the music inaudible. Like, sometimes when you slow stuff down, it'll almost change the key on you. And this doesn't do that, so you can still hear all the artifacts. You have the labels up here for the song structure and everything. If you're learning about song structure, this is also a very helpful tool. A lot of my students ask me, how do I structure a song? Using something like this will give you a lot more insight on that while you're actively learning how to write your own music and also learning how to structure material. This gives you kind of the blueprint right up front. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by this app, genuinely. Like, I really would not... I wouldn't even tell you about it, you know what I mean? if I didn't actually think this was a solid thing. And I really do think if you are not only looking just to jam with yourself at home, but also learning material in so many different ways, from the chords to being able to slow down what you're hearing, to pick out the instruments that you want to hear in the track, from everything, all of the above. I really think this is one of the most helpful tools out there right now. So if you want to access it and have 1 month free on the pro version, use my promo code in the link in the description. And I also will have it here on the screen if you want to get involved with using Jamzone. So thank you for watching this video today, and if you want to learn how to play like that, the Eruption solo that you learned at the beginning, and some of the helpful tips and tricks that I also mentioned in this video, email me directly if you want to study with me one-on-one. My email is in the link in the description as well as the pinned comment, and if it's a good fit, I'd love to work with you. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.